Before this video begins, I will let you all know that we will listen to what they have to say, and then we will react to it with my thoughts and opinions. Without further ado, let us begin.
Yeah, exactly. So we decided that he has to put 2 points on the map, and whenever he's standing on one, he can teleport to the other one. That was one aspect of the killer that we wanted to make, where like it gives like a good map control, something that killer players always beneficiate from.
Yeah, the two questions is how do I get map control and how do I get better in a chase?
Yes, exactly, because actually that wasn't that easy to use in the chase. The way we made it, because whenever you use the portal, you have to charge.
No, there's a delay, and then you lose visibility for a little moment.
Yeah, exactly. It's not as efficient as the AG, for example.
No, it's for catching up to people, because the thing is, when you're standing on one, you also see the outline of the others.
Yes, right? You have to choose where you want to teleport, the portal you want to teleport to. But there's also one aspect that we really like about the Demogorgon is being a beast.
Yeah.
So we thought, how can we create a mechanic around this aspect? And well, it's more like in the second series where like this demo dog, where they are way more feral than the big version. But I thought why not like exploring maybe a short distance attack, something that will help you cut the distance and chase, and could somewhat help you, but not be too overpowered, and develop the character just around this aspect. So we ended up with having this pounce where the creature, like in the show, opens the tulip mouth, whatever, the head, and it really scares people, but at the same time gives them the hint.
Just really cool.
Yeah, but it gives them the hint that he's gonna be in your face in a matter of seconds if you don't move away. And if you press now the attack button, then you'll be launching a fast forward attack. And
so you can't maneuver while you're doing it.
No, exactly, it's straight. You somewhat can maneuver at the end, just to give a good feel of the attack. It has also a slightly wider range cone of damage, so you have better chance to hit the survivor. But on their side, they really have to time. Survivor can escape or avoid the attack, but they really have to time their movement.
They'll have to learn.
Yes, exactly.
The timing. It's like anything. It's like the nurse jumping at you.
There are a few things we learn trying to drop a pallet on the head of the killer when he does that is very hard. So you better drop it before he pounds. Yeah.
You're gonna miss the stun, but you're gonna live.
Yeah, exactly. And if I may connect the map to the Demogorgon, it's great because
there's a lot of corridors.
Yeah, the pouncing is not that easy to use, but he has the teleport to really help him get a good map coverage. But the thing is that in the lab that Phil was referring to, there's an overhedge where a catwalk where survivor can go, and sometimes they just tease the killer whenever he comes in this room. It's just survivor over there. They cannot do anything. But as the killer, you can go upstairs, and there's this window floor that you can go on, and you can use your pounce attack to reach them in one shot. It's the first time that happens, so I was just, oh, what the hell is happening? Just,
feels unfair, but it's super fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's good.
A more advanced aspect of the killer, if I may explain. There's the you were referring to the because whenever you
hold the pounce,
when you hold your power button, you actually connect to the upside down in this effect, where you can feel your portal, and we made it that if any survivor is within the radius of your portal, you can sense them with the killer instinct aspect. It's a tiny effect that we feel will probably be used by more advanced player, but
can survivors do anything to your portals?
Yes, that's I was going to that, because why would survivor
hang out?
Next to a dead trap. Survivor can, on their side, they can interact with the portal and close them. so they can somewhat. There's a tug of war effect that happens between the killer and the survivor, and the funny thing is that it's really cool for the survivor because they somewhat have a glimpse of what the upside down is whenever they get in contact with those portals. So they get the upside down effect on them, and during that time they don't hear the killer terror radius. So they
are oblivious.
Oblivious, yeah, exactly. That is. That's what I said.
Oblivious. Again, we didn't put the disclaimer at the beginning, but we should have. But every single number, every single thing that we discuss right now is how it is at the moment we're talking to you.
Yes.
And it's going to change through the PTB. There's usually 1 or 2 iterations during the PTB. So these numbers might not all be valid by that time. They'll be tweaked. And then by the time it releases live, it's going to be different from what it was on the PTB, most likely again. So just putting it out there so people remember that. This will already be obsolete by the time you listen to it.
Alright, so the first thing let's talk about is his little teleport. Being able to place traps around the map and go there whenever you please is kind of cool. Also, that survivors don't get a tear radius. Well, they can't hear your tear radius whenever you're coming around, whenever you're doing it. Sounds a little bit cool. This kind of reminds me of like the hag. Also, the second power kind of reminds me of the pig, but without the sitting part, which sounds pretty cool to me so far. So let's just continue on.
Perks. Shall we go with the perks of the Demogorgon?
Yeah, sure.
First is called Surge, not Serge. That'd be terrifying.
I vote for Serge.
Someone Serge. Okay, no, please, do go on. What does that do? When you whack someone and they go down...
Yeah, with your base attack, it's very important.
Yeah.
When you smack somebody with your base
So
attack...
it's not gonna work with the chainsaw.
No, exactly. Or the pounds of the Demogorgon. If you down somebody with any generators within a certain distance from the location that you are will explode all generators. And
It's like you kicked all the generators.
yes, exactly. It's a free kick, and also gives like a slight
Bonus.
additional regression to the base kick that usually happen. So
That's
it's not a
very
good
nice.
if like survivor whenever you're in a chase, just don't go in the direction of a gen that is being done. Basically.
But as a general rule, it's not a good idea because you want to leave your friends to do the gens.
But if you want to be an asshole, I guess.
Yeah.
There's just so.
Well, then you're giving advice to people who want to be assholes. So,
Yeah, sure.
it's not gonna
We
work.
have another assholes perk actually.
Is
The
it
next
cruel
one?
confinement?
Yes, exactly. Cruel assholes confinement. So whenever you a survivor pops a gen, all the windows and vault location, not pallet, windows and vault location from a certain
Within a
radius,
radius?
will be blocked for all survivors, not the killer, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And the killers see the location aura of the block.
So it's a great idea.
Windows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah, so that
it
sucks.
lasts. It lasts also for
But
35 seconds for now. So if you like a survivor pops a
so
gen,
once you pop a gen, the
You see
area
the-
becomes a lot less safe.
yes, exactly. It's better to hang around, or just like pop a gen in the face of the killer. That's like in a shack, for example. Maybe that's not something you want to do.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
all you
People who
think of-
hang out until the last minute. They're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
oh, I'm gonna get away. I have to finish it.
Yeah, and then loop the killer
Yeah,
around the
nah,
shack.
not gonna happen.
No, exactly.
Okay. And the third one is called Mind Breaker.
So whenever, yeah, exactly. So if you go repair a gen that is under 50% of progression,
Yes.
you'll be affected by the status effect.
Exhaustion.
Exhaustion, exactly. So if you have perk that active based on the exhaustion, well, you're saying like probably, well, just when I'm doing gen, but if you have a cooldown on one of those perk, the cooldown is paused. So
Okay.
if you already activate sprint burst, for example, and go repair a gen, then your sprint burst will not degrade.
Refresh while
Yeah,
you do that.
exactly. And the effect persists for 3 seconds after you leave the repair. So if you
So that sucks a bit.
yeah, so if you repair and you see the killer coming your way and you want to like sprint burst whatever way, it's not gonna be possible. So you have to walk a bit.
Okay. That's very interesting.
It helps the killer to close gap.
Man, talk about slowing down the game. Honestly, I think Surge might be the best for a 3-gen problem, but Cruel might be like very good for people who just, as I said, popping generators in the killer's face, trying to loop them. Gonna be very beneficial to the killer. Mindbreaker sounds like it'd be a good perk to counter people who just run around the killer and expect to get on gen, and then when the killer comes back, they'll have to loop around them again. Sounds very good for those type of people for the killer. Although it really doesn't affect me because I don't run exhaustion perks, but it sounds pretty good nonetheless.
The
First
like,
one,
let's talk to Steve.
We had to name one the babysitter, right?
For sure.
And when
For
we saw this perk, like it's so, of course, like all perks they change throughout the development, and but this one, like it was, the idea is that you help others. It's not like a bit like the Bill's perk where you borrow time, exactly. That like it's not about the survivor. I mean, it's something that you give to others.
So what do you give others?
So when you unhook a survivor this time, the unhook survivor do not leave scratch marks and blood trail for 8 seconds. And on your side, you're the lucky bastard who has his aura revealed to the killer for 4 seconds.
But so you see the killer's aura.
Yes.
That's what it says.
Also, yes, exactly. So it's like, come get me. I'm over there.
And you can take a hit for them or something.
Yeah, exactly. So you can think of other perks that you can combine with this.
That's great.
Yeah.
And that with borrowed time would actually be pretty, like making sure that people live.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good. So babysitter. The second one is camaraderie.
Yeah.
Which
it's something that was requested from the community, where like a perk that extend the time on the hook.
Okay.
And we weren't sure, like, it's something that factors you have to factor the killer in this. Like, you just cannot just, we'll give 20 seconds more on the hook. It's just like.
So how does this one work?
This one is while you're on the hook and you reach a struggle phase, the perk activate, which means that you're gonna be able to use it only once per game.
Yeah.
And well, of course, if you escape, none. Well, if you don't get hooked to reach a struggle phase. And once it activates, if any survivor comes within a certain radius of you, at the moment 16 meters, the struggle phase pauses for 14 seconds. So it gives more time for the survivor to maybe distract the killer and make the rescue, exactly. And on the survivor's side, we added that the bar flashes to tell you that, okay, this guy has
an extra few moments.
Yes, exactly. The killer doesn't see that.
So take your time.
Yeah, exactly. Go take a cup of tea, yeah.
All right, and the last one is Second Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he does get beat up quite a lot, and he keeps going.
Yeah, that's another one that when we saw, like, oh, okay, we have to connect this to Steve in some way. It's so much this character, like, pretty much all the season.
So this one activates when you're healing someone.
Yes, exactly. You have to heal one full health state, which means that you can do a bit here, a bit there, but you'll see the progression once you have the full heal. Yeah, the perk activate.
Does it trigger when the state changes, or do you have to heal for 100%? So if someone else helps you, then it's
no. Well, you're just gonna get less if somebody else helps you healing on somebody.
So,
right?
so you have to heal enough by yourself to fill one full bar.
Because our health system works, our healing system works in charge system. So you have to take a number of specific charge, which equal one survivor.
Yeah, that's
similar
fine.
to the daily ritual that we have. And once the perk is activated, the next time you are unhooked, you're gonna receive the broken status effect. And while you're outside the terror radius of the killer, the perk heals you over time, and after 20 seconds, you'll be fully healed. It's an instant heal. It's not an actual healing progress. Just make sure you understand that. It's just like and because you're broken, nobody else can help you during that time. But you can just
act like nothing's happening, and you'll get healed at some point.
Exactly. Go repair gen or find a chest, whatever.
That's a very interesting one, but it's essentially a second chance also.
Yes,
So that's pretty good.
And when you lose the broken, when the perk heals you up, obviously you lose.
You go back to normal.
You lose the broken state.
Okay.
And if you are broken before the perk activate, this perk will never activate until you get rid of the original broken.
So
Obviously,
it doesn't
because
work with.
now, if you're
no
already
matter.
sick, for example, from the plague, and puts you on the hook, it's just like you're not gonna get any benefit from that.
Okay.
Okay, so the first perk, Babysitter. It sounds like a okay perk. It's nothing I'd be running anytime soon. Borrow time would be much better for me, in my opinion. But it would be very good for you to reveal, well, to be able to see where the killer is. So that sounds pretty good, at least. Okay, so the second perk. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, but wow, it sounds like a very good perk, especially when the killer's camping you. You think, like, when they're camping you, and the survivor tries to save, and then once the killer thinks that you're dead, since they don't get notified of it, that they think you're dead, okay, I'm going to chase after this guy, but then you get pulled off the hook because you had that perk. All around, it sounds like a very, very nice perk. Well, now we get to the useless perk of this character. This honestly sounds like it's crap tier, to be honest. Like, you could get healed within the same, like, even faster if the killer's not even going to come nearby or anything. But I guess you can find it in a purpose if you look hard enough. I don't know, it's just not my type of thing.
What about Nancy?
Yeah, Nancy, the first one is Better Together.
Mm-hmm.
So when you work on a gen, you reveal the gen aura to, not your aura,
The gen's aura.
the gen's aura to other survivor in a certain radius.
Okay.
And while you repair the gen, if the killer downs somebody, you see everybody's aura poof, for a few seconds.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
The second one I think is a very, very interesting and unique one.
Yeah,
Which I
it's-
like.
Yeah,
It's called Fixated. And
it's something that, like, I think that especially new players will really enjoy. But we try to give a twist to like advanced
Yeah.
player to make use out of it. So it allows you to see your own scratch marks. So whenever you run or stop running, whatever, you see when they show and when the killer can actually spot you.
And I think that for advanced players, it's actually super useful to be able to try to play mind
Oh
games
yeah,
with the
because
killer.
you can cut a corner and try to like
Yeah.
drive the killer in one direction. You can clearly see what he's gonna see.
On top of that,
Yes, you walk faster, 20%.
that's
Yeah.
kind of big.
Yeah, exactly. You like especially like build with sprint bursts, for example, or people who walk a lot. Like it's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. The last one is called Inner Strength.
That was one of the, I would say, like in all the 6, that was the one that we got most feedback out of it.
Yeah.
Like, very positive. Like people found it like very interesting. And
It's not a simple one.
no, it's not a simple one. And what I like about this one is like it fits also with Nancy's character, where like especially in the newer season, where she's really investigating and want to get like.
She gets stuff done.
Yeah, exactly.
So how does it work?
So each time you cleanse a totem, it activates the perk. Any totem
Okay.
X. And then once the perk is activated, if you are injured, you can get inside a locker and wait for 8 seconds to get a full heal. And then you can come out fresh and new. And the only
so
way,
if you're hurt, you just cleanse a totem,
yeah,
get into a
you
locker.
you can cleanse the totem at any time. So
Oh, yeah,
even
yeah.
though like just
It's
match
just you can't
starts,
stack tokens.
no, exactly.
Yeah.
You're the match start, you find a totem, cleanse it, you're gonna get your perk activate.
Next time you get hurt, you just get in a locker.
Yeah,
It's like
and-
Superman. And then
since
you
this,
get out.
Yeah, and since this perk has been out, like I have difficulty finding totems because everybody's cleansing them. It's just like
And then it's gonna make some other totem-related perks quite a lot of fun.
yeah, sure, exactly. But the thing is, like, it's quite a powerful effect where like just
Oh,
8
yeah.
seconds, it's twice faster than a normal heal. But the thing is, you're still required to hunt for the totem first, and then find a locker.
And if
And
there's
it's limited. So
if there's 3 people on the map with that perk,
Yeah.
then the totems to clean are gonna get
Yeah.
rare.
Well, I can already see some uses for this perk. Kind of helps the new players out when they're trying to find generators. It sounds like an overall decent perk, in my opinion. Alright, so Fixated. Doesn't really sound that good to me. Although, I really do appreciate the 20% when it comes to walking speed. But, who really walks at high ranks and all that? Am I right? Well, Inner Strength definitely sounds much better than Fixated. It can really help you out whenever you can't find teammates. But if you really can't find teammates, then you might as well just put Bond on. But it rewards you for getting totems, at least. Well, all this was interesting. But my overall opinion, I am a little bit excited for it. I haven't seen Stranger Things or anything like that, but it has me a little bit hyped. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.